Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going?
What up, you sexy mother?
Yo, what's up, Vange?
Yo, what's up, Vange? Yeah, so Vange, the idea of this video, I wanted to make a video talking about what is a quit moment in Pokemon Go, and this ranges from, you know, when you get like a third shield in PvP, or when you lose your raid pass, you know, like what is a moment for someone that would just quit the game when they get like an error? There's going to be more eyes on Pokemon Go now, and what are people going to think when they see what we already experience on a daily basis?
Yeah, it's going to be embarrassing, I think.
What is our idea of like what is a quit moment in Pokemon Go? Because you both have always like quit the game, right?
So
I quit. I'm gone.
You have no interest in coming back, even for esports. I mean, this is
things have to change. Things have to change.
What would have
a lot
to
of things have to change
for you to want to like get back into the game? You know, because obviously you were like at the forefront of Silph for a long time.
And Vange
the
quit.
company running the game.
Can you tell us more about like what led you both of you, what led you up to that moment where you knew that you had to quit the game and like stop making content and maybe distance yourself a little bit from it? I mean, you both are literally sitting here talking to me about Pokemon Go. So in a way, like it intrigues me because, you know, first of all, I'm like honored to have you both here talking about this, but
thanks.
It's more just like, I don't know. Like I've quit. I've like stopped. I've tried different games, you know, and it's not even like I'm at the whim of it, but you know what I'm saying? Like something about it for me, whether it be like the sunk cost fallacy or, you know, whatever it is, I'm still like playing. Right?
That's the toughest part about quitting a game is that sunk cost.
You're having a great time.
when you see on Twitter people spending $200 for like a shiny Lugia, like that's the clear sign that it's like, they're feeding off of our addiction.
Do you want to get into it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
First of all, like I want to say that, you know, I'm happy to be doing something for the Pokemon Go community again. All right, because you guys are kind of like you guys have like a sentimental value to me because you're like the first community that I ever met, like gaming community that I ever met that wasn't toxic. So you know, very like happy to be doing something for you guys again, right? I quit because I wanted more money. That's it. That's it. I quit because I wanted more money. I was like looking at the company, the way that they were running things, right? The way that at the time people were like so pissed off at the quality of the product. It was even getting worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse. There are like these controversial things happening. People like ducking their points, like they would like drop down, that type of shit. And they would get like a multiplier. You remember that shit? I don't even remember it anymore, right? I don't know the term. I forget. But
I remember that too.
That pissed me off. I was like, "What the shit?"
The Elo multiplier, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And then people would be like yelling at them, you know, Twitter, that type of thing, that type of stuff, right? But it just seemed like they didn't really care, you know. And I've been there before, like before Pokemon Go. I was a full-time content creator, like before that. It did not work out. Like whenever the company just shuts people out, it's just like it's not gonna work out. And like I felt kind of like, oh, I'm like spending all this time doing all this shit. I want to get married to like the girl, all right? I've been with her for like 8 years at the time. At the time, I think, right? I'm like, also I was getting pissed off at the lag. Really just.
Yeah, honestly,
it's valid frustrating.
Points,
frustrating.
The girl was the one my girlfriend was the one who convinced me, right? I was like throwing my phone. I was like, fuck, I can't record, goddamn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really tilting. For sure.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that I'm the Silph guy, right? But I was trying so hard to get good at like GBL. I was trying my very, very best. But it's so difficult to push forward if it's also like third world country internet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You would tell us that your internet was like maxing out at 30 megabits per second. And I felt bad for that. Because we're spoiled in America. We get some crazy fast internet. And even that is not enough sometimes.
I honestly think it's really just like their programming and servers are just not good all around. Because, you know, recently they actually closed, you know, this is interesting. They shut down Wizards Unite, you know, that section of Niantic.
They closed it?
Yeah, they shut it down. But January
game's done.
Yeah, it's
done.
January.
Like that was kind of like that's another reason why Yeah.
Okay, sheesh.
That's what I'm trying to say is like it's actually kind of interesting because you know they actually released a Pikmin game also, but like while this was all happening, they put out a message in Pokemon Go. Excuse us if the servers are issuing any whatever for the next 3 days. And in my head originally I was thinking, wait, are they actually updating the servers for Pokemon Go? Like now they don't have Wizards Unite, but then I realized, oh no, they released this Pikmin game, so they're working on that. You know, it's like
I don't understand they think they could do everything. It's like you haven't even proved you can do Pokemon Go yet. So why are you making other games?
I know why. I understand why.
Well, money. Yeah.
Well, they honestly, if I put my tinfoil hat on, I would arguably say they care more about like pioneering their AR technology because that's like the future for a lot of different things. Maybe not even gaming.
Maybe. But I think the whole thing is like, oh, they saw that they were able to like make a viral hit, one shot like video game. Oh goddamn, it's Pokemon Go! Everybody's chasing after the Dragonite, motherfucker! All the fucking video, the hype, right? True. Okay. You know what? You want to know what's weird about it, right? Niantic's full of like boomer brain people who don't understand like how it fucking works. It makes so much sense in like Pokemon Go because the whole the fucking franchise is about get the fuck out, go catch the Pokemon, battle other people, right?
Yeah.
Harry Potter. What the fuck is that shit, man?
Yeah, it was kind of like
that makes no sense.
Yeah, Harry Potter's a big franchise, but still, like it just died, like right, like I don't.
It makes no sense.
Yeah,
that's not the Harry Potter game you'd get into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's not
very
the
true.
Potter.
Yeah, because like I grew up playing Pokemon Blue on the Game Boy, and I remember I'd go out in my backyard as a kid, and I'd look at my woods and think like, oh, it'd be so cool if I could walk around in my woods and catch like a Scyther or whatever, you know? I think every person who plays Pokemon has that like thought in their head.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why Pokemon Go makes sense. You're right, 100%.
That's why it was a huge hit. It literally like encapsulated like the joy and the spirit of Pokemon and like made it real for a lot of people.
You don't even need to have like long range mental mind reading. They're like thinking like, if we do it again, it might work.
Pikmin. If we do it with Pikmin, we're gonna blow up. Like who's like no offense, like I'm not even saying like Pikmin's bad. I like Pikmin, but like it just feels like when you watch like the actual gameplay, it's like, why do I need to take care of this thing? I don't want to do another like it's like I just signed up for another job. Like unwillingly.
It has to make sense. You know, it has to make sense. They're just like taking the same goddamn game, they put like a new skin on it, right? It has to make sense. But they don't understand that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like that.
And just segue to why I quit. It is kind of that. Like it became when the XL candy came out. That's when I kind of like my enthusiasm for the game started to turn because I would like grind for hours and hours and hours, day after day after day, to like max out one like Eevee for Umbreon. And then I would use it for a few days, get like completely destroyed, and then I'm like, well, there goes 2 weeks of my life.
I know that feel.
It felt like a waste, and I'm like, okay, now like stabilize good. I have to walk. Like, and I was like
you get
walking
tired
so much.
You get sweaty.
Yeah,
you spend a lot of money.
The amount of work compared to like the payoff was just completely imbalanced, and
then it's bullshit. Like, you lose a couple of fast attacks, you're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, like I was saying last night, I was even playing and I lost a match that I like had a sludge wave on a Machamp. They didn't shield, and it took 0 damage, and then I lost the match because of that one lost energy.
I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I get people why they still play because they love the franchise, but like, it's just like at what point do you stop forgiving a company who clearly doesn't care about you?
15 years. And like, look at World of Warcraft. Like seriously,
it's like at what point do you finally say enough is enough? Like I'm done giving you my time and money. Like you had your chance. We gave you like 100 chances. Yeah. And it's just you just didn't really follow through, and so therefore I'm not going to play anymore.
It worries me because I see this trend in Pokemon in general. You know, like. I remember the last game I really was excited for was probably like X and Y. And like I've loved playing the other games, but it's always like expectation versus reality. Like obviously I'm looking forward to playing Diamond and Pearl Remix. I'm looking forward to Arceus. But in my heart, I know that they're going to probably be lower than my expectation, and they're probably not going to be as great as like I want it to be. Like same thing happened with Pokemon Unite. You know, it's like, oh, a MOBA Pokemon game. I love MOBAs. But then I play it and it's like so watered down, and it's like, one of the most toxic experiences I've ever had. You know.
Oh yeah. I heard it was pretty bad. Yeah.
Dude,
it was really fun in the beginning.
It's like there's something about like the items you have to like level them up.
Yeah,
or something
you have to level items, which already completely like shits on MOBAs.
I kept up with that.
I didn't like that part
some
about
of the other, actually, some of the Pokemon Go content creators, they still hit me up. They're like, at the time, they were kind of hoping that Unite would take over and that they could kind of like shift, right?
Exactly.
It's so hard to be a gaming content creator, right? Because the YouTube algorithm kind of like, you get niched in, right? You're kind of like hoping, please, let this make sense. Let this kind of like be able to like, nope, not really, right?
Yeah, it's like between the hustle culture and like, you're like, especially with like the algorithm of YouTube and stuff, like you have to post very consistently, or YouTube, even if someone subscribed to you, they might not even know you're posting anymore. It's so crazy how this shit works. So people are like sitting here like essentially working for free.
I hate the algorithm.
Content.
I hate that whole system. It sucks ass.
But like the thing is, what's the point of being the best battler in a community that's so small? Like exactly what you were trying to say, Vange, is like why you left is like there's not a lot of growth in the company or even the community. It's like stagnating.
Or even the community, yeah.
Like that's what I'm trying to say.
My
is
girlfriend
like, we're the
was
new
the one
players.
who really like kicked me out. My girlfriend. Also, wait, I'll share like an interesting story, right? Girlfriend made me quit. She's like, you know what? You're not doing very well. Like you're getting pissed off like almost every single day. Just like stop it. Let's just start a business, right? Started a business. Like the amount that I was making, like multiplied 6 times easily, right?
Yeah,
and it's hard. I was able to like marriage. I'm married now. I'm married. Okay,
congratulations.
I got married this year, right? But before that, like a couple of sheesh.
Yeah.
Oh sheesh.
I don't have my rig near me. I took it off because I was washing my hands. But
yeah,
I got married like a couple months ago.
All right.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations to both of you. Maybe I have to quit. Like I'm gonna get married.
That's what people who quit Pokemon go do. You haven't heard?
You
gotta get into
the Yeah, it's not why I quit though. It's not why.
You level up in real life. No, it's true though. Like, I do animation and I've been like putting off a lot of stuff for a long time, trying to focus on Pokemon Go content creation. And I had that realization more recently too, where I was like, I have to just focus on the things that like other people can't do. You know what I mean?
I had like a wait. Are you? Oh, so you're animating your content? That's fun. Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm working on a film on the side.
I respect it. Sheesh, that's hard.
A lot of work.
That's hard. Okay. So yeah, like the amount that I was able to save from YouTube, I kind of like just shuffled it and it grew. It just there it is.
Yeah,
that's great. That's
it was like a lot less stress too. So why the hell was I so hell bent on being good at this shit? You know, and putting in the. It would have been easier if I had something that I controlled, something like I held my fate. If I stuck to Pokemon Go, my fate, I guess English, sure you got my fate rested on Niantic, rested on like the community growing, I guess.
Yeah.
Really
that's the thing, like I would still be playing 100% if the game like worked well. Like I would still be playing. But because I there's those days where like, it'd be kind of fun to play a few matches, but like, and then like I'd play a match and it would just be like,
it's a piece of shit.
Just like lagging or like run into like 5 hard counter leads in a row, and I switch, like wondering, and I still run hard counter.
It's talk about the algorithm.
Yeah, we don't even get into that. But
I get to all these like paranoid thoughts.
Dude, I get
just so frustrated. I'm like, after 2 years though, they haven't changed the format.
It feels very malicious at times for sure.
It's been blind the whole time, and the fact that they haven't even listened. Everyone has said since the beginning, do a pick 6, show 3, do like what Silph does. And Niantic just completely ignored it. We're like, we'll do the cups like Silph. We'll do the cups. We know Silph exists. We'll do the cups. We'll do Jungle Cup. We'll do Elemental Cup. But we're still going to keep it blind format because it's just easier for us. They could walk you through it though. Like they could say this cup, has these types. So like it'll say, pick one of these types. It can give suggestions. Like it can walk people through how to build a team even.
Agreed. But Pokemon Go players are like super anal, right? They're like, gotta study every single little IV breakpoint, that type of shit. They would go super hard. They would like find a way to kind of like get an advantage, 100%, right, and not really share. Some people, right? Some content creators, they're like, I'm not gonna share this shit for a while. Hold my strat, okay? throw a fucking video. There it is. There's the ocean.
Yeah. After they hit legend already. Yeah.
Hey, listen. I'm not throwing any shade on anybody. Like I love the Pokemon Go community. I find you motherfuckers like funny. Funny.
Yeah. That's the main reason I stayed playing. I feel like as long as I have is because like I met all my friends through that game. Like because I moved this city I live now. I moved to.
I didn't
know anybody.
Like, yo, you want to come back?
Right. Like all my friends I met through this game. So I mean I can't hate Niantic for that, but I still can hate them for just like, you know, not prioritizing the game as much as they should.
They've done, it's not even like one occurrence, you know, they have a long laundry list of things they've done. And like even just like the raid bosses, how they still release them. The fact they've never introduced a new way to get gold in the game aside gyms.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, how are you going to put up boxes
and they cut it in half. It used to be 100 coins a day. They cut it in half.
Yeah. It's
all like, oh, we'll make it easier. But like, it really wasn't that much easier.
The other day, my girlfriend was playing, like she doesn't play the game really, but she sometimes will casually play. And in the one quest line that was going on, you had to do a go battle or whatever. And she was playing the Halloween Cup. And she actually was on her own about to get a 5-0. And she was sitting there like, she's like hyped. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm about to go 5-0. In the middle of her 5th battle, she's playing. The fucking screen goes to this like teal thing. It says, this phone is not compatible with this device. Or this Pokemon Go is not compatible with this device. I'm like, she was just playing for like how many matches? And then she exited, reset it, and her game's fine.
Shit. I posted that on my Twitter. That happened to me twice. And I'm like, what is this?
Dude, it was kind of funny because she got so mad. I've never seen her get mad over a video game, you know, and like that kind of showed to me too, like if it wasn't me playing that, like someone would just quit. Someone would be like, what the I'm not playing this game ever again. Why would you want to play that? But why do we still play that? You know what I mean? What is the
people that are on like the top of the top, right? The people who are like really like good, right? They're really like wired differently.
Here's the thing too, like theoretically, you could make a good living being good at Pokemon Go because if you look at Fortnite, for example, like if you were the best of the best, you could literally make a lot of money without even having a channel, just playing on an esports team. But like with Pokemon Go, if the game worked flawlessly, it could get to that point. Like we've seen like Mazer Gaming and Rebel like have gaming squads of people who play, but nothing came of it. And why did nothing come of it? Because the game is broken. That's why. And even the guy from like Rebel Gaming, I forget. I think it's from there. He even said, like I saw him on his Twitter. He's like, yeah, why are people still playing Pokemon Go? He doesn't get it. And even though he sponsored people for it, he still thinks the game is trash. And people get defensive.
Bad for people. I feel bad for people like that are like
they get defensive when you're like attacking like their game because like they have that emotional attachment to it, like it's their game. Like it's not your game, bro. It's Niantic's game. You're playing it, and they're kind of just using you for money.
They don't actually care about you. Like
they don't care, dude. They don't care. They're like at the end of the month, they're like, how much did we make? Okay, versus how much did we spend? Do you think they're gonna spend a lot of money like trying to fix the game? That's gonna break the balance. They're gonna be financial statement. Oh shit, it's garbage. I know you look at financial statements a lot, right? Yeah. So you know what's up, right? They're gonna look at this month we didn't do too well, stock's gonna drop. That's it. I don't actually know if they're like publicly traded or like.
I don't think they are, but still, well, I mean, Nintendo owns part of that game and they're publicly traded, but like
I'm not sure like how much that swings that much, you know.
But isn't Mystic 7 quitting? Like he was talking about quitting the game.
Quitting?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Mystic 7.
So like that's how you know the game is kind of losing its
because
fizzle. You know, like a lot of creators are quitting. Reversal quit. Reversal quit too, like Cold Turkey quit.
I know that.
Yeah.
And but Mystic 7 was talking about basically just playing other games, and I predict a lot more creators will eventually quit just because the game is not going to get better.
I want to know about this. Like, did he quit? Like, is he done?
Like, you know, he won't say like I'm 100% done, but he's said many times on Twitter like, you know, I can't wait to play this game. Like
Pokemon Go.
Shit, he's not uploading. He took another break. He just made a video about that. But you could get the sentiment, you can get the feeling from him that he's kind of checking out from it. Like he's waiting for like those NFT games to start dropping. And
better way to go about it, honestly, because I feel like you know what I think the people who watch you like really need to hear right now. There's a life outside of Pokemon Go.
Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say it's almost cringe like thinking about like when I drive now through like the downtown area of my town with my phone like not in my hand doing something. I'll drive through the town without my phone in my hand. Before I had to have my phone in my hand to spin stops. Like I had to do it. Otherwise, I felt it was a waste of a drive. Like I drove through all these stops, I didn't spin them. Like what? And now it's those thinking back about that. It's just like, wow, I really was addicted.
I don't even have.
It is an addiction, absolutely.
Yeah, like oh my god.
People don't like to admit it, but it like the irony of Niantic saying it's a healthy game and it's a fitness game. It's like so far from that realistically. I mean,
so far.
Like
their intentions were good, I guess.
Agree.
And that's the whole thing. Like every game these days wants you to be the only that's the only thing you do is play their game. Like Pokemon Go. If you play Pokemon Go, how often do you play something else? Very rarely, because it's like you have to put 2 hours a day in maybe.
Yeah,
way more than 2 hours.
It's like 2 hours just to do your GBL set.
Noob.
Yeah,
you're like me in GBL. I suck at GBL. 2 hours a day, my ass.
Yeah, it's like it gets to that point. Like even me, who still is making content, playing, like I fall behind, and I'm like I've probably put thousands of dollars in the game at some point.
Oh yeah,
like realistically, and I feel like I'm a free to play player. It's like because I don't like I don't pay money anymore, but I like feel the actual like the distance growing and growing here.
I went free to play at like last Halloween 2020. That was like the last day I spent money on coins, and I didn't actually miss, like I didn't feel like I was missing out on much, like in terms of like, oh man, if I just bought that Ultra box for that community day, like my life would be so much better. I didn't get that feeling, but I did feel the hit I took in hatching eggs because I didn't have incubators. Like I was only using the free incubator, and I was like, wow, this game just got so much harder for grinding dust.
Can I ask you like a question?
Yeah.
You know that whole thing where you guys like, well, the community like blew up Twitter. I like showed support for that, right? Did that change anything?
I was just gonna ask that. Brett, you read my mind. I was gonna ask, can we talk about the task force?
My guy.
Go for it.
The task force. Can we talk about that?
The global task force.
I don't even
that we have to talk to.
I don't feel like it's done anything yet, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
It has it. That's the whole point.
Like, I honestly forgot about it until you just said something about it.
It has it. Well, it really has it. So we were talking about that on Twitter yesterday. The only thing they did was they put like a dev diary out about how they pick community days.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with GBL, like nothing to do with
I actually feel like I need to look at that because
it's lip service, dude. That's all it is.
It's so bad too. It's not even like it's
and like the people that defend it, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, why can't when did they ever fix anything? I feel bad for them.
I mean,
like there's content creators who I love who still defend them, and I'll still love them forever. But at the same time, I'm just like, you guys need to wake up.
It could just be better. That's the reality of it. It's like, if you enjoy the game, why are you getting mad at people for wanting it to be better? It's not like we're asking for handouts. We're asking for fairness. It's not a fair game, realistically.
And so I talked to Zionic a lot, like, and he's still playing, but he's exploring other games as well because he's excited about what's coming out. But anyways, he was one of the main PvP creators they added to the task force, and he made a video like months ago, like before the task force was created or when that was created. He was like, one of the things, and he wasn't asking a lot. He was like, one of the things that would be great if you could change is let us run away from legendaries and GBL rewards so that we're not spending 10 minutes catching something if we don't have Ultra Balls in our bag or something like that. Very simple. Niantic could have done that in like a day, probably. They could have just added a run button, done something. Have they done it yet? No, they haven't. Nope. Yeah. They haven't even done it.
They should make it like a guaranteed catch in a way. Like, what's the point?
What is this task force even doing? Like one of our biggest PvP creator now, Zionic, asked them a simple ask. And it's been like 2 months, and they haven't even done that. What hope is there that they're going to do anything else?
The irony of what you're saying, though, I literally just hit Legend yesterday on stream, and I had a Virizion, and I was sitting there for like 10 minutes trying to catch this thing. It wasted all my Ultra Balls, all my Great Balls. I'm like, why do I have to catch this? I was streaming. Click the button.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was streaming one day, and because I'm so casual, like towards the end, I was streaming, and I ran out of balls while catching a legendary. I had to go out, do a raid, invite some people that were like watching me or something. I had to do a raid. I had to get some like raspberries, and then I went back. It took me like 15 minutes to catch this one thing.
Oh my god!
And it was all on the stream too. I felt so bad for everyone. I was like, sorry you guys had to sit through this.
Wow!
But I can't finish my sets until I catch this stupid legendary.
The thing about game design, if there's too much RNG and too much out of the player's control, it just starts to like become a bad experience. And I feel like there's that's like where this is getting. It's like some of the things don't make any fucking sense. Like honestly, like why have a reward? Remember, this is a reward, not like like we're getting a reward that was wasting all my items. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Here's your reward. That'll be 20 Ultra Balls, please.
Yeah, like get the fuck out.
Probably know that.
And go
probably know
grass.
that as well, so that you can, you know what I mean? They like probably know that you're gonna waste like these important resources since you're gonna have like
exactly like a golden res, and you're gonna have to raid to get those. You know, it's obviously it makes sense, but it's just like the bigger picture. You know, it's the more cynical view of like the game design. And you know, I always ask this question: like, are there actual game devs who work at Niantic that play Pokemon Go? I'm like, are there any Pokemon Go devs that are on the leaderboard? I think it's crazy how like they're so cheap too when there's like events and stuff, and they don't just give people more free stuff because.
Yeah.
What are you hurting giving people incubators? People are just gonna get more of them. You know what I mean? Like it's not like something that you just like use it once. You're like, oh, I'm done.
Yep.
I think the most I ever played in Pokemon Go was when it was like after a Go Fest, they had like triple Stardust or something for like a week. Dude, I played every single day, and it was actually enjoyable because I was like, okay, I'm putting in time, but I'm getting a lot of resources from this. Yeah. And so it's like it's very good.
Yeah.
It's actually, very worth it.
Some of these bonuses they do sometimes, like the way they did the XL candy during the Halloween event, I was like, they should just make that a permanent feature. Because XL candy is so egregious at this point. Why is this just not permanent? Like what they did during Halloween was they doubled the chances that you'll get XL candy from when you're walking a buddy.
I actually don't even know what XL candy is.
Yeah.
So XL candy is a new resource. So whenever they added level 41 to 50, they added a new premium resource for all Pokemon that is called, instead of you using regular candy, you have to use now XL candy plus Stardust. And to get from level 40 to 50, it costs 296 XL candy, right? And essentially it's like not even guaranteed you get XL candy when you catch things or transfer them. So it's just like by chance.
It's like grind, like hardcore grind.
Super fucking grindy.
But you can't even get this resource until you're level 40. So if you're playing the game and you're level 38 and you're doing Garchomp Community Day, you're not getting any XL candy. And that's like the whole appeal of doing all the community days now. Oh my god. That's a quick moment right there for people. I've already heard it happen.
Bad. Yeah, I felt so bad for people. Like I'm level 39 and I can't get anything. I'm like, man, that sucks.
Is there like a massive difference from like a level 40 to like a level 50 Pokemon? Like we're talking like GBL. Yeah. Oh, there is.
Well, yeah, in Great League,
you know what's weird?
There's level 50 Azu now.
Somebody told me that I could swing it easily. I like him, right? He was telling me you can swing it easy. You can do it. Okay, I was like, I think the grind's too immense. He's like, nah, you got it.
It depends on which Pokemon you're trying to get to level 50, but like,
Sableye.
But I remember when Master League came out, I had like a really good team, and but it wasn't powered up past level 40. And dude, like a level 50 Gyarados just like swept my entire team. Like I couldn't even do anything. Like, and I was like level 40 to 42.
That's a quit moment, but I'm bitching.
Yeah,
I was like, this Gyarados just waterfalled my whole team down, and like, what the hell? Because of level 50, and I was only level 42, and I was like, I just can't.
Are the people at the top spoofers?
Some of them are probably.
I don't even know.
I mean, like that. Let's say top 50. Are like they majority spoofers? Do you think?
I have no idea, honestly. Like,
remember when that whole Jesus thing fiasco went down, and he was interviewed. He said that he knew a lot of people. I mean, again, if you take his word, that's that's up to you. But he said like a lot of people cheat, probably. A huge handful of people in the top 50 were using like that same exploit. Like they were using,
but like probably not as obvious, right?
No, not as obvious, but they were cheating, definitely cheating. He said
because it does. Like I play the game so much that it just feels like there are anomalies at times. Like I feel like there's times where I'm playing and I'll get lag only at the important moments, and that's like the only time it happens. Like when I'm winning the match and it's like really close and it's like energy and I'm ahead. and then it just lags, and then they lose. You know,
Yeah.
it's like even if it's not malicious and it's all just chance. Think about what that does to the player all the time. Like, why would I want to put up with that when?
Yeah. Plus, think about like how much they had to grind to get to that point where they're like playing the guy. It's
exactly.
Well, there was that one exploit, right, where you like double tapped your home button, like on iPhone, for example, to like toggle between apps. If you did that, you'd like force lag your opponent. Like that was a recent exploit that people were doing, and I tried it. And I think it worked, but like it didn't work to my benefit. But like it did work. Then there was like the power up, exploit. Dude, I tried the power up exploit, and that also backfired so bad. It was like if you had your first Pokemon in, and you got like a power up punch, and you got the buff, and then like you swap to your safe switch Pokemon, and then when that goes down, you let the timer run out. It'll automatically throw in your first Pokemon, but your buffs will still be there. And so that was another exploit.
No. See, what you gotta do is you gotta during the game factory reset your phone, reinstall the Pokemon game, and you'll win. Easy, easy.
But it was just like there's all sorts of stuff that I know people do or did that like. But not even that. Like that exploit didn't really help. I don't feel like. But there's still people like using rockers or using scanners who are spoofing. Like there's it's not a level playing field at the end of the day.
I heard about that. I heard about the defense thing. People were like hitting me up. You know what's weird? Like people still like ask me, "What do you think about this? This is bad, right? This is bad." They ask you about the defense thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
but there are players who are still always going to be good. Like they're like. I put Though Tactical and like all the people on the leaderboard like rise to the occasion like you who like you're always gonna hit legend no matter what just because you're that talented. But I don't want people to think that that's the issue we're talking about. We're talking about a completely different issue.
Yeah,
those good people will always be good. They're always gonna do well, but it doesn't mean that the game works well.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the game's in the best state, and doesn't mean that there aren't things left to be desired here that could just improve. And the biggest issue is not about the current community 100% as much as look at the state of the game when it's not growing. You know, that's kind of an issue, especially from like a content creator perspective. Like, why would you want to keep putting content out for a game that's like not getting you what you want to?
If that was a company, right? Because I'm like looking at stocks right now. I'm never fucking putting money in that. Right? If it's not growing,
I would not be investing in Niantic for sure.
No. Pokemon Go in like a general type of whole, even like the creator like the community, it's just like not growing, right? But what's up with Silph now? Like, how are they doing? Good or bad?
They're doing like I think like Silph is still like probably the most potential that's realistically there for the community.
No, but I mean like player base wise, like
I think it's like the same. I don't think it's really changed much. Like the pandemic, I feel like has kind of like, to me, like the pandemic is what killed Silph for me because I am not really a big fan of online tournaments, like where like literally the same people are in every tournament. I liked the in-person tournaments because it was like I'm from Southern California and there's like a lot of good battlers here. You know, it actually felt like I was a part of a community. You know, like we're representing this area.
I remember that guy.
But like now it's like you look at it and it's like. Literally, whoever has the most time is just sitting there grinding their Silph card, and I'm like, "This is fucking bullshit. I can't do this."
I think that here in the Philippines, right, there's nobody running tournaments.
Yeah, it used to be huge. I remember Vange when you were
quit. Oh yeah. Yep. Like
you had like huge turnouts too. Like you had 20 plus people in every tournament.
Like 100, I think. Like for one, like a couple of tournaments. Like it was a lot. Yeah. And I kind of felt sad. It honestly felt sad because I thought that I felt like connected. I felt partially like responsible for that, and then it just died.
It wasn't. There's nothing we could do about it. I mean, the pandemic kind of threw a huge monkey wrench into it, and then on top of that, the game started having more bugs, and it just like those two together, like relying on remote tournaments. Where a lot of people are like,
remote suck.
You have to take their word for what happened, and a lot of people kind of lie and say, "Oh, this happened." Yeah.
The reason why the in-person tournaments were so good is because it actually added like a level of intensity, and also like humanizes your opponent.
Yeah.
You know, like you're not just like you're a fucking piece of shit or whatever. You're like you can actually look at them in the face and be like, "You're a fucking piece of shit."
I've played people in real tournaments.
Like it's a little bit better.
I've played people in real tournaments where they got like noticeably mad when I beat them, but that was very rare. But but for the most part, it was just
That's
so
a
much
yikes.
fun. It was just so much fun meeting
Like
the
you
people.
shake
Like
someone, it's good
Same,
sportsmanship, right?
yeah, it
Yes,
was
yes, yes,
like
yes.
I played Caleb Pang in the Orlando Mega, not to name drop, but
Oh,
he beat me, and I was just so happy to like even play him and like talk to him. Like
the
I had
sexy
way more
Asian man.
fun
Yes,
that
yes, yes.
it didn't even matter that I was like battling him. It was just the fact that I was able to talk to him and like get to know him. I was like, this is so cool. Like that was what I loved about mega tournaments. I didn't really care how well I did. I just
Yeah.
wanted to meet as
Mm.
many people as I could.
Yeah,
'Cause it was
exactly.
I
so
actually
fun.
was judged for like a couple of the online tournament. Like even after I quit, I was like they were still inviting me to like like
Yeah.
referee, and I'd be like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
sure. And the
Yeah.
toxicity was like a lot, a lot. Like I could tell some people were trying to like manipulate a little bit, kind of be a little bit. No, that was not a lost fast fact, that type of thing.
Yeah, you had that
So
unfortunately.
you lose that community feel where you're like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I thought.
I grinded so hard for my Sableye, and then they were like, "Oh, level 50, you can get him to level 50 now. Now your IVs are shit. You need a
Son of a
different
bitch.
Sableye."
Yeah,
And so I
same
was
here with
like, I gotta
Medicham,
build a
right?
new one from I gotta build a new one from scratch and like Bastiodon and
And
all
the
that. Like
and the best buddy system, which is essentially the waste of time just to pretty much be in
give
a
it one more
CMP tie.
level.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's the type of stuff I'm trying to say that makes this game like really
You know what'd
bad
be
design
cool?
wise.
You know what'd be cool if before the game, like before your match, all your IVs on your Pokemon just got randomized. Like
You know,
it's like me and you are battling, and then right before the battle, like all of our IVs just change, and then it's just like, okay, now we're just
Then it
using
doesn't
random
matter
IVs.
anymore, right?
Yeah, then it just doesn't matter.
there's all these people that will make content like, oh, no XL team, no XL team. And it's like, that's great. But I think people
Mhm.
don't understand it's not about just finding a way to like work within the system, but actually kind of acknowledging that the system is just generally bad. Because the
Right.
thing about Pokemon battling that I've always loved is team building. Like actually like making a team, you know. But if I have to
Yeah.
look at what I have and I'm like, oh, I don't even like I have a Shadow Nidoqueen,
Yeah.
but it has frustration. I can't fucking use this Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here for a whole season watching Nidoqueens nonstop. And I'm
Just
like, I wish I
destroying.
could try that out, but fuck it,
Yeah.
you know.
Isn't
I know what it
like
does. I know I can use it
isn't
if I,
making
you know.
Pokemon for like competitive like really difficult? Like isn't that like a like on the mainstream
Yeah.
games, right? For you to get the like the IVs
Actually, it's not.
like
It's
breed.
in Sword and Shield, they've made it the most accessible it's ever been. So the way it works in the game, so any Pokemon that you have, even from previous games, you can make it battle ready in this generation. And then IVs, there's bottle caps in the game. So if you don't have perfect IVs, you can actually give your Pokemon a bottle cap for attack and it'll max out its attack. And you
Oh,
can
okay, okay.
breed for, like, for example, if you're,
See.
there's like certain mechanics where you need like 0 speed IV, for example, but you can like breed for 0 speed IV and then just give bottle caps. And you can even change their nature, which is like a
Right.
thing that changes like its attack, defense, blah, blah, blah. Like there's a lot of like nuanced stats in Pokemon Sword and Shield, but
That's cool.
arguably they've actually opened up the barrier to entry tremendously in Sword and Shield. And on top of that, what it ends up doing is like something that's really popular is genning in the main series game, which is where they just like create the Pokemon, whether it be a shiny or whatever with the moveset, and then it gets sent to their game. You know, people can
Okay.
look at that as like cheating, but the reality is it's not. Like in that scenario, the Pokemon is not stronger or like cheating in the game. It's just that they're saving all the time of building the Pokemon. So what this
Mhm.
actually does is it actually discourages that because it's so
That
easy and like timeless to like build your own Pokemon now. And that's what I'm trying to say
that
is like,
acceptable? If you were like to join like a esports tournament, would that be okay if you did it like that way?
no, you can't do that. That
Oh,
is
okay.
if Nintendo even knows you're doing that, you will get your account like disqualified.
Well,
But what I'm trying to say
Oh,
is
okay.
like the point
Mm.
is like that's a very common thing that's been happening since Gen 4 in Pokemon. But
Mm.
Mhm.
nowadays it's literally like the whole idea is there's really no advantage to cheating in Sword and Shield is what I'm trying to get at. Like they've done a good job of like before you'd have to sit there and breed eggs and just sit there and hope for the right IVs like nonstop, just keep hatching eggs. You know, it'd take hours at times to get the right IV spread. But now you can just kind of do it, you know, and like put items on it. And it's really accessible. It cares about your
Another question.
time.
Another
It
question.
wants you to just play the
If
game, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just wants you to go
Yeah.
and play the
Pokemon Go,
game.
if Pokemon Go is like 100%, right? Let's say that's the bar for like shit. This is fucking grindy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And then the game that like the main series games are like what Where are they at?
They're
Like
lower.
grind-wise?
They're way lower, dude. Like
how much would you say?
Think about like for example, I have not played VGC in probably like 4 or 5 months, and I was playing a couple days ago, and I'm climbing to master. You know what I mean? I didn't even have to do anything. I already have a team built. You know what I mean? Like it's one of these things where you make investments and it like lasts you like Pokemon Go, for example, is something where I have to like play daily to get my elo, which is one thing in itself. Like, why is there limited battles a day? What competitive game stops you from battling? You know, it doesn't make any sense. But in Sword and Shield, like I can just play all day if I want. I can hit master in one sitting if I want, and then I'm done, you know? And then I don't like the thing about playing a game like this too, I think it's a great comparison because I'm not a slave to the game. I don't feel the need to play. Like the stuff I'm learning, it's all about skill. You know what I mean? Like it's about team building and skill. So like I can think about stuff when I'm not playing, and when I get into the game, I just do the thing real quick, build it, and it's done. And it's like all accessible to me. There's no legendaries that are inaccessible. There's nothing that's inaccessible.
So like, what's the number? If Pokemon goes like 100%, like
I would say
like
the main series game is probably like 25%. It's really not even grindy, if you ask me.
Okay.
But it's that might also be coming from someone that's been like, I already have an investment in Pokemon. Like if you look at my Pokemon home, I have like shit from like 2013 still, you know. But like what I'm trying to get at here is it just respects your time. Like if you're playing a game, like if you're playing it and you want to like get into the competitive scene, you can build yourself a team and it can like last you probably the whole time. And like you can make some minor adjustments that don't like, they respect your time tremendously. Like the things you have to do to get resources in Sword and Shield are, one, they're easy, and it's not like think about Pokemon Go. Like there's like the added layer of like you need to put money into it as well, like a slot machine or something. Like there's raids, like there's obviously things that you can do in Pokemon, the main series game, like shiny hunting and stuff. But like
that is the gambling. That is the gambling feature of Pokemon Go. Is like you do raids, you don't know what the IVs will be, so it's literally a gamble. So if you're putting a lot of money into it, I mean, essentially, it is kind of gambling. Like you're putting money in a slot machine, hoping you get a perfect Rayquaza or something like that.
I mean, it's absolutely gambling.
And and like I feel so bad. I see people who are like, I did, I put $200 in. I finally got my shiny. I'm just like, damn,
but
was that even worth it?
They devalue these shinies, right? Like, remember Gibble? It was like people were hunting Gibble shiny, and then they made Gibble Community Day. It's like,
oh my god, so many people I know grinded so hard for that Gibble.
I spent so much because people put so much value. Like the thing that I think is kind of funny is, realistically, shiny Pokemon have had no value for a long time. Like not even in just Pokemon Go. Like for the same reason I was saying, like people gen Pokemon. They do the same thing to get shinies in the game. You know, they hack shinies in. They whatever. You know, it's like people put so much emphasis and value on these shiny Pokemon, and I generally just feel like when you look at Pokemon Go, it's like the fact that they make shinies content is like that's the one thing to me that I feel like it's like, they don't have anything up their sleeve when that's like one of their main selling points for an event is like, we have a shiny Spinnerack. It's been in the game for how long, but now when you click on it, you get a chance for it to shine. And it's like, imagine how much more exciting a game like this could be if like everything could just be shiny, or like it's just like these they're selling us the same grind over and over and over again.
They're not making any substance with their changes. Like it was cool. Like it was so hype when they would be like, oh, now you can mass transfer or something. Like that was a welcome change. That was like, oh, thank you. Yeah. Or like now you can search for shiny specifically in your thing, or like you could do all that, but like most of their changes aren't like that. It's just like, oh, here's a new shiny, here's a new raid boss, here's some hats
on these Pokemon.
Yeah, here's a new hat. Oh my god, here's a new costume. Yeah, here's a sticker. Like, come on, like this does not make the game better in any way. Yeah, other than people who are just like the collector type. Yeah, I guess.
And that's the whole thing. Like, I mean, even if you look at like some of the game design, like obviously some of it you can justify, like they're just trying to make money, but even like the rocket events, it doesn't make any sense why it's so exclusive, because it's not like you can elite TM away frustration, where you could arguably say they're like monetizing it. Then there's no way they make money off of rocket runs, and it's like, why is this such a why? Like,
yeah,
they try to play on timing and like FOMO so hard that it's toxic. Like it actually is like mentally unhealthy, I think, the way they like try to go about their like.
And imagine, remember people would post that they've called off work, took vacation days to do like a Go Fest, and then they rescheduled it, or like an event, and they would like reschedule it or cancel.
It's like hard to admit these things, but like I've definitely picked Pokemon Go over things in my life that I honestly probably regret. You know what I mean? Like I think this is something that a lot of people are not willing to admit to themselves. Because like think about addiction, yo. Addiction is so fucking real. Like like it seems so fucking bleak to sit here and think like it is just addiction for a lot of people, but it really is. And it's like, how do you talk about that? You know, because you can't tell someone they're addicted to something and they're not gonna like change unless they want to change themselves. And when you're addicted to something, you're not fucking even aware of it. You're like you get that dopamine, you're getting like that feeling. Like you don't like understand that like it's not, you know, it's actually stagnating you in life. It's preventing you from actually like facing reality. Maybe like a lot of times people use these things as a vice, 100%. Right?
Yeah,
100%. Yeah,
and
you know, after Pokemon Go, I think like I don't know, my life just when I quit, when like I don't know, just stuff opened up. A lot of like I was able to like hit the goals that I like wanted in life, and I'm like really I'm so much like happier now. I'm not like waking up stressing out like if my internet's gonna die while I'm like playing my sets.
Yeah, that's probably a big thing too for you, right? Your internet connection. That was like a big reason why you didn't want to, like you had to quit Silph, right?
I was okay with Silph. I don't know. I just like seeing the people, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. I just like seeing the
people. There's a lot of good people in the community. And I think like when I sometimes feel like maybe it's the way I like go about talking about the subject matter, which, you know, I realize I don't want to like upset people. You know, I don't want to like make people feel bad. It's like it has to be talked about because it's not even just about Pokemon Go. Like I just look at gaming in general and I'm like, this is just like a dystopia, you know, like people it's you know, it's like they're very capitalistic, you know what I mean? Like it's like literally the best example of capitalism, Pokemon Go. Like the people at the top are like okay with what's going on, but everyone at the bottom is like, you know, fucked. Like think about even where you live. It depends on how good the game is. Like I live in Los Angeles, so I walk out, there's stops everywhere. You know, but if you live in a rural area, how are you gonna even keep up? You know,
right? Yeah,
I could listening to you guys talk. Right, it seems like you guys are like jaded by the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember I was with my group of friends that I played this game with, and I was like, everyone, let's look at our screen time, how much we played this, you know, like on your phone. And dude, like some of them were like 63 hours for the week, and like the week wasn't even over yet. And like if you think about that, that's a full-time job. Like people don't even work that many hours in a full-time job. Like full-time job is like 40-hour work weeks, you know? And they're putting in 50% more than a full-time job into a game where they don't really get they get enjoyment. There's value to enjoyment, but like they're not getting the value that they should be getting. It's like it's just like at that point, like when I started realizing that, I'm like, okay, I need to try to play like under 10 hours a week, and then that's when I could only play GBL. I couldn't play any more than that because 2 hours a day is GBL. That's 14 hours a week,
and that's great.
I can't even play the game. I can't even play the game other than GBL if I want to. Like have some sort of balance.
A game like Pokemon Go should never be a requirement to your day, and that's where they already fucked up. Like, and I feel like it's kind of hard to like, you know, there's like a spin of the day, there's a catch of the day, there's a free pass of the day, there's those rocket balloons. You know what I mean? There's just so many things. Like, it was
do you remember the quest challenge? We had to catch a Pokemon 30 days in a row, and some people like forgot on the last day and had to start all over.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, that was rough.
Think about that alone. Like all the quests they make you do. Like I say this a lot, but I feel like a dick because I'm like, these quests are pointless. Like, what's the point of purifying 4 Pokemon? That's stupid.
Like, you get like 2,000 Stardust. But going one step further, I'll purify 4 Pokemon if I get 50,000 Stardust or something worth it.
Yeah,
but it's like
pays off.
I spend 12,000 to purify 4 Pokemon on average because most of my Pokemon, it's hard to find like Zubats. Like a lot of them are in the 3,000 range. So let's just say 10,000 average. You're spending that and you're getting less Stardust in return.
It doesn't make any sense, because you're wasting your time also.
You're wasting your time and your resources. So it's like at least make it worth something. Like, give us 30,000 Stardust.
It's pretty clear
gladly do that.
People at Niantic don't play this game. You know what I mean? And they like, that's the whole thing here. It's like pretty clear they don't play the game, and they expect people to play the game to how they want you to play the game. Which is like not actually about playing the game. It's about the bottom line.
I think the game will die because I don't see Niantic fixing the game. So like, you're going to see more creators quitting, and then it's just going to be like another game's going to come out, and just people are just going to play it.
I think the game's gonna die because a lot of other better games are coming out.
Like, I don't think people in the Pokemon Go community realize like what the perception is of the game outside of like this community. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever just like walked outside of like the people that are speaking so highly of the game, and people are literally like, "Whoa, that's still a game." You know, people still play that. You know, and
you know, like, you know how a lot of people are like, "Why do you play PvP? You're just tapping your phone." Like, I think a lot of outside people think that's what the game is. You're just tapping and just tapping and tapping. So
it's complicated as fuck.
There are definitely like nuances,
and I like the nuances.
It's so complicated that I'm like,
I like the nuances when the game is working, but that's how you know the game is broken, because like the best players, they know all the counts, they know all of the moves. So if they're even saying that the counting is way off, like, that's how you know something's wrong with it, because they're the ones who know more than anyone. But again, the game just doesn't work, so I still don't want to play it. Like,
I just feel like there's a lot of potential that they never take advantage of with Niantic in Pokemon Go, and it's like, how do they fix the problem at this point?
I think they just need to redirect resources and money into like better. I don't know if it's better coders or I don't know what it is, but you need to make the game work.
Has to buy it.
Yeah,
another company needs to buy it. This Niantic shit.
Like, I think it's like really just bad at like the fact they're more focused on having you open the app daily instead of like doing what would make you have like a healthier relationship with the game. You know, like,
I agree.
Is there anything that could change Pokemon Go that would make you get back in the game?
The company running it.
Yeah. So a different company running it.
They suck.
I would. Yeah.
They suck. That's the seed of everything.
Yeah. And for me, if the game just worked, even if it was still Niantic, if the game still worked, I would still play. But I mean, Vange is pretty much right. Like, it's going to take a different company running it to get those changes. So yeah, I mean, I love all the people I met along the way, and I'm still friends with them, and I've just been playing different games at this point, and I think that's I'm still gonna just keep playing different games.
So you guys think that potentially this esports announcement is like a carrot on a stick to maybe keep people engaged until the inevitable?
For me, like, I had no interest in coming back, even with that announcement. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, you know, even though I've been like, you know, I'm still here, I don't even know if I'm that interested. Like, with like thinking about how much time and effort it's gonna take to like do that.
I'm not expecting much, but yeah.
I think this has been a really interesting talk. I really appreciate your time, both you, JrskatrPvP and Vange. It's been a pleasure having you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm sure people will be excited to watch this, but yeah, you guys keep in touch. I'll let you know when I finish editing this, and then
follow Sassifrass on YouTube. He's still making videos, so please support him.
Please help me. The algorithm hates me. But anyways, thank you so much for your time, guys. We'll see what happens here in the future.
All right, cool. See you later.
All right, take care, friends. Thanks again, JrskatrPvP, for helping set this up.
Oh, no problem. Thanks, Vange. Have a good night. Get some rest.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night,
get some rest.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, see ya.
Thank you, Sass Squad, for checking out this video. If you made it this far, let me know what your thoughts are below. What did you guys think about this video too? Did you enjoy having Vange and JrskatrPvP to discuss what is a quit moment in Pokemon Go? And if you've enjoyed it, thank you again. Sass Squad's getting stronger each and every day. You guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one.